Man, welcome in to the Kings of the Village. I'm Stephion. Once again, more shit, more fuck-ass niggas back in the news. By now, many of you have heard Trick Daddy talking crazy. But this time, of course, like always, the Beehive, they go on attack and they go hard. Now, before I play the audio, Trick Daddy the Win said Beyonce can't sing. Now, every time somebody has challenged Beyonce, their careers have been over. In this case, Trick Daddy doesn't really have a career, but I guess he's kind of doing some stuff. He has some little restaurant, I think in Miami, and he does this show on 99 The Jams, a Miami-based radio show. But his fans decided to do something where it hurts. Beyonce's fans have come out to their idol's defense following Trick Daddy's attacks on her musical talents after he went on his show and doubled down on saying Beyonce can't sing. What they decided to do was go crazy, go on Yelp, and then give him some bad reviews, talk about how nasty his restaurant was, bringing his reviews down to a 2.6. On Monday, a 106.1 KMEL reported that an audio clip from Clubhouse had been leaked in which the Let Go rapper claimed Beyonce couldn't sing and called her husband Jay-Z overrated. An audio track, if you haven't heard, Trick Daddy done went and said that she couldn't sing and Beyonce don't write music and barely sang her motherfucking self. Beyonce simply can't sing. Here's just some of a little bit of what he said.
Beyonce ain't trying to give back the music and that. Beyonce don't write music and barely can sing her. Beyonce can't sing.
I don't like Beyonce.
Okay. She definitely can't sing.
I don't know why they be thinking she can sing. They just
Man, I watched my godmama train Beyonce give her vocal lessons all her career, man. Unpopular opinion right now. Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to New York. That's why they together. Jay-Z ain't never won the greatest rapper alive. Whoever put him on a level of that. New York lost Biggie. They needed a hero. They wanted to be the mega of hip-hop, and they just handed it over to Jay-Z. The first time y'all ever heard of Jay-Z, he got on a record with some down south called Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard him on the Harvard.
Yeah.
And y'all, they'll tell y'all right now, oh, that's Jay-Z's son. You'll go Google and they'll say, yeah, it's Jay-Z's son. Right?
The South put him on.
But they ain't tell you Jay-Z bought the song after the bitch got beat.
UGK song, man.
That ain't nothing. That record is no East Coast New York record. Nothing. And at that time, what East Coast came from the South with him?
Right.
So, that was Trick Daddy doubling down on his response about Jay and Beyonce for reason. Obviously, he was dragged all in crazy. Wants to compare and contrast legend to tomato by Trick Daddy, who is barely holding on to life, and the $3 he has left of a career wants to go and fuck with Beyonce and Jay-Z. I mean, these are like in their legendary status, and he decided that he would feel it's important or somehow benefit, which I guess it is, because he's been trending pretty much for the past couple of days. So I guess it worked for him. His name is in the news, and I mean, all the people that what you heard in the background, it showly is he showed. They show ain't nothing. The little raggedy bust down click he does have at the little radio station that produces his little show. I guess that mattered. I guess this is really not news. It's no longer relevant other than somebody else has tried to say Jay-Z and Beyonce are overrated. But the fans and the money all speak for itself. I mean, really, Trick Daddy has no power or authority to dictate who's the king of rap, who's the queen of pop and R&B. I don't know. I have nothing else. Other than the fact he said what he said, I guess it's making news, myself included, talking about it around the world, getting dragged all over the internet. I guess that's the only thing that's really going to come out of it. Trina, on the other hand, that you may remember, Trina and Trick Daddy used to be tight, but they got into some beef. Trina actually supports Beyonce, has made several online posts about that Beyonce is legendary, she's the queen, and all that kind of other stuff. So Trick Daddy at this point, other than the people that work for him on Power 106 in Miami, has no validation or support. In other news, man, listen. Poor Khloe. I mean, listen, I really fucks with Khloe. I know most people don't like her and all that stuff, but I actually like Khloé Kardashian. At this point, it's hard to keep track of how many times Khloe and her slut puppy of a... Were they married? I don't know if they were married. Tristan Thompson have called it quits, but it actually may be the last time. Now listen, according to reports, Khloe and Tristan has broke up just a few weeks ago, got back together and then broke up again. But this time it says there are reports that Tristan went into some hookup room in a Bel Air mansion with 3 women. Now, this is according to sources that were told to People magazine. And Khloe, of course, is now frustrated. But I don't know why she was frustrated. It ain't like dude has ever been faithful. Like, listen, you have seen somebody's behavior. Somebody has told you who they were, who has shown you who they were. Why do we refuse to believe it? Listen, I get it. Pussy has power, dick has power, wealth has power, looks have power, pretty privilege has power. But what about your self-worth? I mean, at some point, listen, sis, what is it going to take? Yeah, I get it, but that's that old-fashioned narrative. He's together, and I do love him. Okay, but what is it going to love nobody? This dude is in and out of all types of vagina, and you still out here looking crazy trying to make it work over and over and over. What else does this dude have to do? How many hookup rooms does he have to bust down somebody in a Bel Air mansion for you to say, nah, this ain't for me? See, this just goes to show you, no matter how much fame, wealth, power, authority, influence, social media presence, people are still insecure. People are still willing to put up with shit for the sake of keeping a man. And I don't know if it's really just to save face or have validation, or maybe she really loved dude, or maybe Tristan's finances is slinging all types of pipe. I don't know what it is. I don't know what keeps somebody with a dude as trash ass, as fuck ass as somebody like Tristan Thompson. I don't get it. Because it ain't like, I can see if she was, well, I can't see, but I would understand maybe a little more if Khloe was this Walmart cashier with no money, and then this fine, tall-ass brother playing in the NBA came in and piped her down and promised her a condo in Wisconsin or Chicago, and she didn't have nowhere else to go. But Khloe obviously has triple, double, platinum the income that he could ever have as being a part of the Kardashian clan. I'm telling you this. It has got to be just because of insecurity or love. Because there's no way a high-powered woman with her influence would want to stick around with a dude who's constantly abusing her, in my opinion. Cheating is abuse. Call it whatever you want. But what is somebody saying? And I'm not saying she's totally innocent. I'm not saying whatever she's done in her past. But then again, that doesn't, two wrongs don't make a right, or doesn't constitute you to deserve to be cheated on. Nobody should have to put up with that. Nobody should endure that, especially y'all trying to work it out and have kids. Y'all in the media, she out here looking silly, and he just going to rooms and getting sloppy head from some bust down. If you don't like somebody, or somebody's not accommodating you sexually, what are you sticking around for anyway? No need to cheat, homie. Just leave. Or say, Khloe, can you swallow all the kids that come out of my dick? Can you spit on it more? Can you throw your ass in a circle more? Like, if she's not accommodating you sexually, or if she's not giving you freaky enough pleasures or pleasantries, then dump her. I don't get why you would cheat. I never get why people cheat though. Just it's just too much work, and 90% of the time you always end up getting caught anyway. The hell y'all cheating for? Let's move on. Man, we'll get to some other stuff like this story that I'm excited about. Listen, we now know that partying keeps you youthful. It is my opinion, and I believe in a popular opinion, that you can turn the fuck up at no matter what age. If you go out, continue to live your life, feel youthful, look good, hold your stomach in, find the right vibe, you can party anywhere. I posted on my my Instagram that, you know, I'm a man of a particular age now, and I'll be 45 this year, and I was feeling some kind of way because I still feel hot, youthful. I just recently lost a few pounds, and I'm still working out now, and I feel better than ever, looking decent in my opinion. I am still fuckable, and the world tells you that you can't throw that ass in the circle in the club past 40. It is my belief that you can. In fact, I know you can, and it will keep you youthful. So I want you to gather all your homegirls, your granny and your aunties in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Take them to Target. Take them to Burlington Coat Factory. Take them to H&M. Get them a cute belt, some hoops, some good heels, and y'all go up and throw that thing in the circle. Twerk to your whole entire booty hole squirt. Don't let nobody tell you or make you feel like you still can't be popping. If you want to see examples, go look at Portia Williams from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She just celebrated her 40th birthday, and you know that chick bad. Now, she's got some bad decisions, bad choices, bad behaviors, but you cannot deny that when that chick step out, she popping. Those are examples of what the new 40, 50-year-old woman looks like. The days of I think why we're seeing people in the club still twerking and throwing it in the circle is because the days of mom being at home at 35 and 40 and being a domestic partner or spouse are over. Portia ain't going home and cooking. Portia going home, sucking dick, getting ready, and going out. In fact, she's probably hosting the next event where most of the people are 20 plus. But look who's holding the golden mics. People like Portia. People her age. Lil' Kim said it best. I will never leave the club because once you do, your career dies. You have to be in these streets. You have to know what's going on. Now, am I going to go to the club as much as I used to? But listen, I still get invited to shit, and I'll be 45. Granted, I still look like I'm 31.2. I still, take care of myself, still moisturize, still look decent. But I'm just telling you, the generation of 40-plus-year-old people look like me and Portia. We still look like we need to be in the club, doing things, dipping it and doing it. Wendy Williams is, 60? She still gets invited to shit. Now, granted, she had celebrity status, but I do not. I'm literally nobody. Maybe 18 people know me worldwide. That's it. I don't have the status of Portia and Wendy Williams and, Big Tig from BET's Basement Party, the popular DJs. I don't have no status on Instagram. I'm none of those people. But I am telling you, I am still requested to party, to hang out with. I'm still fuckable. You can be older and have a good time. I am telling you, it will keep you youthful. Y'all got to get out and stop letting the world tell you that because you 40 plus that you can't go nowhere. Stop letting your friends or family say, girl, you too old. My nigga, you that old dude in the club. No, listen, if you looking right, now I ain't talking about them OGs with the Kango hats and the tight leather pants or the Stacey Adams and the full suit. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that group. That's another era. I ain't talking about Gladys Knight. Rest in peace, Aretha Franklin group. I ain't talking about none of them. I'm talking about the trendy, old hip people like the Patti LaBelle people. Like Patti LaBelle would be celebrated in any club. Any club. Rest in peace to Joan Rivers. She is like the icon. She's the only old person that I know that could hold it down amongst young people and still do well and hold her own. Joan Rivers at her peak on E, like I think it was Fashion Police, had the #1 show on E, and she was like 80 years old. And the rest of her cast were 40, 20, and 30. I'm just saying, like, old people have relevance. Don't let nobody steal your joy because you 40 plus. Get your ass out there, put on your Spanx, girdle, slide on them Daisy Dukes, some good heels, because if you wear heels, ladies, they make your calves, your legs look good, makes your back arch, you have to stand right. Fellas, listen, get you some young friends. Here's why. Here's why you need young friends. Get you some young friends because they will tell you to not wear those sandals with socks. They will tell you to not crease your jeans. They will tell you to not tuck your shirt inside your jeans and then head out with a sports coat. That is not how you look at the club. I am telling you, this will work for you. Now, I'm not saying to go out and get, and try to look like, okay, if you're 45, I ain't saying go get you some joggers, a ball cap, and try to look like Tristan Thompson, try to look like somebody 20, try to look like Soulja Boy. I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying you can still be age appropriate, but if you look good and you still dress modern and put your little chains on, shave, line up your little mustache and beard, because we're still in the beard movement, you will still be fuckable. You will still be celebrated in the club. You'll still be able to go out and have a good time. And you will feel good, which keeps you youthful. Not only does the feeling and the emotional state make you feel good and stay youthful, but you will have physical activity. You'll be dancing, sweating, burning some calories. Your self-esteem will be up because you'll be welcomed into the new generation of how people are popping, dipping, and doing it. I am telling you, you can be the trend. Listen, I'll be 45 and I am still the noise on the street. I am still setting the tone. People are still coming up to me. I don't be in nobody's face. I don't bother nobody. And if you don't believe me, ask the people around me who know me. I am telling you, I am still the word on the street. I still matter. I'm still cute enough. I still have some relevance. Now, not much, maybe 28%. It's probably higher 10 years ago, but I am still welcomed. And you can be too. All right, listen. Finally, a message to all those who got their degree, right? I'm not like mad about it. I'm celebrating you. I'm applauding you. I'm happy for you. Good for you, right? I celebrate anybody who has a degree. All that. However, I'm gonna pose the question to my people who listen in India. Shout out to all my people who listen to India, South Africa, the one person who listens in France. Thank you. I appreciate you. Does your degree really matter? Does it still hold the same weight that it did in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s? I would say that's going to be a no. Unfortunately, that degree doesn't matter. And here's several reasons why. Several reasons why this happened. One is, and this was before COVID. COVID certainly helped that because now people are hiring all type of people. They want workers. They want people who's going to work from home. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, the Vine, for those who are old enough to remember that, all these other sites have made people so fucking wealthy and famous and given them status in the community and brand deals that it is very difficult for your degree to have any value or weight. Now listen, I get that old head tell you, no, nobody can take your education away. But yeah, that's true. You'll have it, but it's a fucking plaque on the wall that is collecting dust. That's in your mother's basement that nobody really cares about. You're not getting invited to anything. You're not getting any deals. You're not getting any sponsorship or any money. Yeah, you can read and write. But those people have taken the power away from people like me and you who have the degrees, the bachelors, the masters. I got a friend, shout out, about to get his PhD. I don't know why he getting it, but that's something he want to do. The good news is he ain't about to be in debt because he's getting all kind of sponsorships and scholarships or whatever. But it's not going to make his career journey any better because people are hiring differently. It's actually cheaper to hire people without degrees, and you can train them within. I don't know that anybody on my staff has a degree. Oh, one does. But we pretty much pay them the same because we train them to do the same type of job. But the influencers have taken over. Kim Kardashian just became a lawyer after she made her $1 billion because she thought it was the right thing to do, or maybe she just did it out of boredom, or maybe she did it because her father was a lawyer, or maybe she really wanted to help somebody or to use her influence to help her get her degree so she can go visit Trump to get her, I think, her cousin or auntie or grandmother's friend out of prison. But her influence got her there. And then later she decided to get further education. I'm just saying, like, your degree, it is great. I'm not telling any kid listening in India not to go to school, but I am telling you there are other alternatives. People need to stop saying or judging people who don't have a degree. And to my friends that I brunch with sometimes and act like your degree is fucking dripped in gold and titanium and platinum, it doesn't matter anymore because there's somebody sitting across from you who has more power and status and probably makes double the income you making. Stop trying to make people feel bad because they didn't go to college and accumulate $200,000 worth of debt. I'm just saying, like, stop it. And stop it immediately. Your degree no longer has that power because the world has changed yet again. We are once again evolved in the world where people like Khloe and Kim, Portia Williams makes the news, not the little kid that's 13 years old who was accepted to Harvard. Nobody cares about that little kid. I think it's fascinating and I think it's great and I read those stories all the time. But when we opened the show, did we talk about that little boy who went to Harvard who's 13? Nope. Did we talk about the little girl who won the spelling bee at 6 years old? Nope. Did we talk about all the child or the children that are prodigies out in the world? Nope. Did we talk about that little 11-year-old doctor? Fucking Doogie Howser type of dude? Nope. Nobody cares about none of that but they mama and their grandmother and maybe somebody at the church. What we care about is who Portia Williams is going to marry and who she's fucking. What we care about is Tristan, the slut puppy, cheated Khloe again. What we care about is Trick Daddy saying Beyoncé can't sing and she didn't write none of her own shit. That is what we care about. What we care about is who is getting drugged on Twitter. That has more relevance and validation than your degree. Now, I know there's some educators, and my friend who is working diligently, methodically, on how he's going to acquire his PhD. Writing his dissertation now, not sleeping, drinking a gallon of coffee. I get it. Listen, after college, I taught 4 years in the Indianapolis public schools on a limited license. I care about education. I care about those little black and brown kids getting their education. Hell, I want even the little white kids to get their education. I am just stating the obvious, that your degree no longer holds power and weight. That is my popular opinion. Okay, maybe it's not so popular. It's exhausting. What another fucked up week. Just when you think shit can't get no crazier. I had a conversation with my mother today. I'm done with the degree thing, right? We're going to move on. I'm going to close this thing out, but I'm just going to tell you something that happened personally in my life today about death. Because death, as you get older, death continues to be more present and real in your life, right? I say that because as I get older, I'm finding that more people around me are getting sick. They're not doing well. Just recently, today, I got a call that my uncle has decided that he no longer wants to do dialysis. And typically that means you have about 10 to 14 days, depending on how your kidneys and stuff hold up, that obviously you no longer will live. And he's made peace with that today, right? But prior to that, I buried his wife maybe a year ago, and I took on the responsibility of that. I have lost all my grandparents, a few uncles. My brother is sick. I'm constantly thinking about that. So it is present. But death will make you change your perspective about the world. But I'm bringing this up because I still continue to struggle with how people are handled in death. How they are sometimes given a pass on the shit they've done, the fuck-ass stuff they have done to you, the way they have treated you, or the legacy they will leave behind. Now, I know a lot of people will say we shouldn't speak on the dead. Gayle King got her ass handed to her when she talked about Kobe Bryant. Many people do get drug online, death threats. Snoop Dogg called her some raggedy black bitch, which he later, apologized for. But because she talked about Kobe, I'm just saying, people are not absolved of their actions just because they pass, just because they go into the afterlife, just because they die, just because they're buried, or whatever your religious belief is and whatever you think happens after they leave this earth. I am telling you that what people do on this planet and while they're alive will still haunt them in their death. You don't get to treat people a certain kind of way and then get sympathy or a pity party on your demise. I am telling you that does not happen. That may be unpopular to many of you listening, but it is factual. You don't get to depart this world and think your stuff is forgotten. That stuff goes to the grave with you. Now, I will say, however, you do need to find within yourself so you can move on with your life is forgiveness. Now, listen, I'm not certified to heal anybody or be a therapist, but I am telling you, it will make your life a lot easier. I am bringing this up because I am a witness to that. And listen, I'm one of those dudes that holds grudges or just say fuck off or I will forget about you, which I think that is a form of non-forgiveness. So, I've made peace with not having a dad, right? Like I had my Father's Day thing I did the other day on Father's Day. Never met him. I'm almost 45. Never will meet him. Don't know if he's alive or what he looks like. But I have excused that from my atmosphere and my presence. I really have. I'm not even mad about it. I don't know that I ever was. Maybe I was mad about it. But I'm saying that to say this. There has been some people who have passed away that has rubbed me the wrong way. But you can't sit in that thing because you can't go back and do nothing about it. They have to take that with them, and hopefully they've prayed to whatever they believe in and asked for forgiveness, because there are a lot of people who have done things far worse than has ever happened to me, and they have to deal with that up on their expiration date from planet Earth. That's all I'm saying about it. So if you are somebody out there right now dealing with something like that, your cousin, uncle, even your mother, grandmother treated you wrong. They did you dirt poor wrong. Maybe even touched you, molested you, killed your son, killed your mother. At some point, that will consume you if you allow them to consume your mental capacity, your heart space. I am saying, fuck yes, you have a right to be angry. 3.2 million%. But you can't let that consume you. So get in a good place where you have some friends, a network of friends, therapy, and talk to somebody about that. That is what I'm saying. That is all I am saying. Get in a good place where you can find some support or some help or somebody you can talk through that thing, where you can say, mama, cousin, therapist, a friend, I am consumed by this person who is now dead, who has hurt me, and I don't know what to do about it. But don't live your life where you are 3.2 million% consumed with that, where you just can't get over it. That's all I'm saying. Didn't mean to get all crazy and deep on y'all. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Hope it made some kind of sense. Until we talk again, I'm Stephion. This is Kings of the Village. Now listen, make sure that no matter where you are in the world, that you decide whether or not you want to be the king of your village. And don't forget, I am telling you, black women, we still are going to have a conversation about you because you do matter. I got a special guest coming up. Kings of the Village.